We are in lesson 1 of chapter 3, which is adding and subtracting decimals. In this lesson, we'll be doing some adding of decimals, subtracting, and then a real-world application. This diagram on the right here shows the importance of always lining up your decimals when you're adding and subtracting. You must always get the tens place to lined up, the hundredths place, and then the thousandths place. And also the idea that adding zeros to the right does not change the value. So 0.430 and 0.43, these are the same numbers because that 0 on the right does absolutely nothing. Let's add first. So we have 3.62 plus 18.57. So if I'm going to line this up, 3.62 is right here. Then I want to line up these decimals. So this decimal lines up with that one. So we'll go 18.57, line it up, and now we can add. 2 plus 7 is 9. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry the 1. 3 plus 8 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. Decimal goes in the same spot then. And then carry the 1 for that, and then 1 plus 1 would be 2. So here we would have 22.19 because I kept the decimal in the same exact spot. Here I have 9 plus 3.245. With any whole number, this is the trick for this. You could put a decimal and a 0 right after that if that helps you with other decimal problems. So if I'm going to do this one, it would be 3.245, and we're going to line up those decimals. And now we can add. So remember, this can be zeros after this too. That's not a big deal. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 2 is 2. Have your decimal, and then 9 plus 3 is 12. So this would turn into 12.245. Now we have negative 5.78 plus negative 18.3. Here we have a negative and a negative, and when we have the same sign like this, we can add and keep the sign. Right? So our answer is going to be negative, but let's line up the decimals and solve what that problem would be. So 5.78, 18.3, and let's add. 8 plus 0 is 8. 7 plus 3 is 10. Same spot for the decimal. Carry that 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 8 is 14. Carry that 1. Then 1 plus 1 would be 2. So this would be 24.08, but since they're both negative, you keep that sign when you're adding and subtracting. Now let's subtract. We have 12.49 minus 7.25. So let's line up that decimal. Same rule when you're subtracting here. Alright, so we do 9 minus 5, that would be 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. Same spot for that decimal. 12 minus 7 would be 5. Now we have 14 minus 7.32, so we have 14.00 to get it 2 decimal places, and then be minus 7.32. Get that in the right place. Now we can subtract. So I need to cross off this 4, give me a 3, which would turn this into a 10, turn that into a 9, and now we have 10 right here. 10 minus 2 would be 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. Decimals in the same spot. 13 minus 7 would then be 6 as well. So this would give us a positive 6.68 for our answer. Now let's look at a word problem. During 1 month in the United States, 492.23 million commuter trips were taken on buses, and then 26.331 million commuter trips were taken on light rail. How many more trips were taken on buses than on light rail? So let's estimate to check if our answer is reasonable then. Okay, we have 492. How many more is that? That's a subtraction problem. So we do 492.23 minus 26.331. Line up our decimals. So this would be a 0 here. So let's subtract. So we can't do 0 minus 1, so I'm going to cross this off and turn it into a 2. That would be 10 minus 1, which would be 9. Can't do that, so we need to turn this into a 1, which would turn that into a 12. So 12 minus 3 would also be 9. We have 1 minus 3, so we need to turn this into a 1. So it would be 11 minus 3, which would be 8. Add that decimal in. Okay, we have 1 right now, so we need to turn this into an 8. And then this would be 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. We don't have to cross out now. 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 4 minus 0 is 4. So that'd be 465.899 million. So that's how many more people took the bus than the train last month. Estimating would be like this. 492 is really close to 500. This is really close to 25. So 500 minus 25, that equals 475. That's pretty close to my answer, meaning that I most likely got this one right.